Hello and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we are pleased to bring you another League NMG match. It is Spleebie versus parisianplayer. It is Light World Round 2, and I'm very pleased to be joined by Dow and Foxlisk on comms. And how you both doing today?
Doing good.
Okay.
Thanks Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to leave you both to it because I'm going to get ready to set them off. So thank you very much, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you. How's it going, Dow?
Pretty good. I'm excited for Escape, most of it out of anything.
Yeah, after Escape, we can all take a break. That's really the exciting part. Yeah, looking forward to this run. This should be a really good run. parisianplayer is a real old school guy. And Spleebie's a little bit of a newer player, has done a ton of rando, has put a bunch of time into NMG recently, gotten pretty fast at it. Should be a really good race.
Yeah, and their PBs are about 30 seconds apart. I've recently been seeing parisianplayer play, I believe, Yoshi's Island.
I love Yoshi's Island. I don't know how much the skill translates to Zelda, though.
That game's not that easy. That game's hard.
Yeah. They are both running against splits that are completely mysterious to me, that do not match their PBs.
Average, most recent, who knows?
Something. All right. And there we go. So what is it that makes you like the Escape so much?
Pumping. Pumping is great. I love every
pumping.
second of pumping.
I give pumping a lot of crap, but I also do actually pump compulsively everywhere in the entire run that it's possible.
I just remember doing a one mind where two people play together, and the person I was playing with looked at me and said, "You pump 4 times as much as I do, literally everywhere."
Yeah, a lot of players stop pumping after Eastern, or even maybe after the Escape, and then other people are just like, "Oh, I'm against a wall for 1.5 tiles. That's a pump."
Or 6.
Yeah.
Whatever. So when you see them move in like not quite straight or not quite diagonal lines, that's pumping for the most part. It just makes Link move a little bit faster, and I do mean just a little bit faster.
Yeah, every time you change if you're up against a wall walking upwards and you tap upright and then go back to up, every time you change the D-pad input, you have a 50% chance of gaining 1 pixel, which is less distance than Link moves in a frame. So it's like, on average, you save about 2/3 of a pixel per pump. 2/3 of a frame, I mean. So it's a really, really exciting, huge deal.
Yeah, especially when just the RNG in a given room can affect how much you lose. They both got not great RNG there, but Spleebie's was definitely worse.
Both going for a classic upspin here. The Escape has a few rooms that have strats like that one where you do the double spin and killing some cards and stuff. But for the most part, it's just really taking the correct path through the room where you walk, just try to take the shortest path through the rooms and get some pumps in and enter your doors cleanly and stuff. So it's not really the most exciting segment. We would expect very little differentiation between the players here unless something tragic happens.
Oh, that's
okay. Or if each player has a tragedy, then they'll stay the same.
Yeah, you can't get that hard drop. It sucks.
It's tempting, but no, it doesn't work.
I don't know what strats either of them use for Ball and Chain here. Spleebie, it's kind of in a dangerous spot. Looks like getting 1 pot. Okay, Spleebie's going for 8 slash.
Oh, that was so scary.
Okay. Okay. Half a heart is bad.
We should be able to get a heart before we're realistically going to take any damage. things happen.
There is one guard in particular I'm nervous about.
The Keyguard 1 on the way back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It almost always is, so.
Almost always. I believe you've actually said before that 8/ is the only strat you regret learning.
Yes. It's terrible.
It's so bad.
It's the fastest strat, but it's just like, I find it's too inconsistent.
It saves like 15 frames, probably. And
if you don't mess up.
Do that most of the time.
But yeah, I expect to get a heart out of this pot. Yep.
Oh, okay. Go for the early one, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a faster heart a little bit later in. I doubt we're going to get that one. But that hallway can be kind of dangerous sometimes. And I guess the rats wouldn't kill you. You'd have to get hit twice. But I don't know. Things can get weird. Panic when you're low health.
Yeah, in like a PB attempt, you wouldn't panic. You'd just reset if anything went wrong, but in a race, it's a lot different.
Speaking of, what is their record right now? I always forget players' records.
I absolutely forgot to look that up. One moment.
Alright, but we're getting through the snakes, which is definitely... It's not like the worst part of the split or anything, but it's the part you notice the most. At least for me. Snake RNG.
So Spleebie beat Trinex in the first round, and Parisian Player beat Dante in the first round. So this is a 1-0 match. This is actually the last match of week 2 across both brackets.
Spleebie had some real interesting rat RNG. It's fine though.
Still extremely close, like about a second apart. Welcome, Raiders, from Zelda Speedruns 3. We're doing some no major glitches race today. This is a league match from the NMG league that's going on. Players are, we just found out, they're both 1-0.
Parisian Player had some real nice movement to avoid the 2 rats. Normally walking around enemies is like not faster than just slashing them, but I think with that particular RNG it was, so that was very nicely done.
Yeah. I assume we're seeing 2 sank hearts here, yeah.
There's not that many people that skip it normally, much less in a race.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Other Zelda games, you'll see any percent runs or whatever, and they'll finish the game with like 4 hearts or 5 hearts. And we'll finish with 13. Oh, I guess 14. And wait.
Yeah, it's 14.
14. Yeah. And that 1 extra heart really does make a huge difference in like many spots.
Yeah, there are at least half a dozen spots where it can quite easily save your life. And honestly, in Eastern, just getting the refill up to full hearts for Spleebie, Parisian had a lot of life, but Spleebie was down to 1.5 hearts, and it's kind of worth it just for the refill anyway.
Spleebie held diagonal while 2 Octoroks were firing, and he got huge lag on that screen. You hate to see it. Holding diagonal does make the game do more calculations and can make it lag, which is yeah, pretty cool sometimes.
It's great because diagonal movement is the fastest except for all the times that it's not.
Exactly.
So Eastern is a lot like Escape, except it's a little bit more strats and a little bit less just walking, but it's still a lot of just walking. This room is definitely a little bit of a techie room. There's 4
Ooh.
skeletons. Oh, we see 3 there on Parisian side. There's actually a 4th one that spawns up sort of in the door at the top of the room, and so it just doesn't exist.
You can sometimes get the top one to spawn if you really mess up, but yeah, it's like there's like some hidden spawn zones you can't see, and they're pretty easy to accidentally hit, especially if you try to go fast.
Yeah. That's a classic room where you try to save 5 frames and you lose a second and a half.
I think Spleebie could have gone under, just like Parisian Player just did.
I
Walking
actually never go under that popo.
never.
I just always boom it. Is it faster to go down a whole tile and back up than to boom it? It might be like 3 frames faster.
Well, I get to pump when I'm going down, so
Good point. But if you go for the boom, you can try to risk the free boom.
at that point, shouldn't you just slash the rupee drop possibility?
You miss the rupee drop, I think. Maybe if you're on like the farthest possible pixel, you don't. But generally, I've always missed the rupee drop when I try that.
Actually, Parisian wouldn't want. Well, I don't know.
I don't know where they are in the rupee pack.
I think Parisian's on the blue, the second blue. I have no idea where Spleebie is.
Pretty friendly cannonballs from Spleebie. This can be kind of an annoying room if you get unlucky. Oh, I do not agree.
Oh,
okay.
okay. You're fine.
Oh, I don't agree with this strat either.
Things are happening. It's okay. It's okay.
We're through.
Both of them low on rupees. Spleebie is low on arrows too. Did not get a drop that he could pick up.
Yeah, Spleebie has. Oh, and overshoots by 1. Yeah, Spleebie real low on resources here. 0 rupees is not great. I mean, it's not really a problem. 2 arrows is a bigger problem than 0 rupees, though.
The average is like usually leaving with 6 rupees and 8 arrows is pretty typical. So
yeah. Parisian with 2 rupees and 8 arrows. That's fine. You're gonna probably want to pick up some rupees in desert, which are pretty fast. But Spleebie is gonna have to either pick up low arrows or
not miss.
Or not miss, right? Kind of bank on a good Lambo fight. And I expect him to just grab some extra arrows.
Yeah, the only extra arrows available to us are kind of the slowest arrows in the game, though. So
right, but I mean, it is only like 90 frames or something at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's less than 2 seconds, but
both
it
players,
does feel bad to get them.
It does not feel good, yeah. The thing is, though, like you kind of have to recalibrate a little bit in a race. Like 90 frames in a PB attempt, like end me now. But in a race, it's a little different.
For sure. And even sometimes, like, well, I've practiced landmill a lot, but I would say my average landmill is like 15 arrows. If you Spleebie will pick up 20 naturally. If he left with 7, you wouldn't be happy, but you could make it work. But you always have that like in the back of your mind. Well, what if I use all 22?
Yeah.
And
both players do
with
spin
zeros.
speeds, by the way. If you spin and then dash immediately upon releasing your spin, you get in a wonky state, and if you leave these manual stairs while you're in that wonky state, you get super fast movement that you can. It's kind of dash speed. It's dash speed going cardinally, and even faster than that going diagonally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really fast. It's the fastest way you can move in the game.
And manual stairs are stairs that you can freely walk up and down on. There are auto stairs, which As the name implies, they walk you up and down. You don't do anything.
Right. What's the next automatic staircase? We're gonna forget all about this topic before we get to one.
It is the one in Castle Tower going to Aghanim.
I think so, yeah.
There's not many of them, but there's a few.
So Spleebie with a slight edge here, but sort of as expected, the escape and eastern segments are not a huge difference maker. The first likely spot of big differentiation is Landmo, which we were sort of hinting at. Sometimes takes 12 arrows and sometimes takes 22. It's just really, really hard. Heavy RNG, very difficult to read. And even if you're reading it well, very difficult to execute.
Spleebie did go for a spin on that guy. Those enemies can drop rupees. Didn't get any there, which sucks. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, maybe we'll get some in this... whatever, East Wing. Oh yeah, Malmo's right. There's auto stairs earlier in the Aga Tower split on your way up to the outside.
That's the ones I was thinking of. Oh, did get a rupee drop.
Oh. When you said on the way to Aghanim, I was thinking on the one at the very end. Yeah, so that is nice for Spleebie. I would still get the pot if I were him.
Yeah, the pot's still faster than getting 4 from Tree Rupees.
Yeah.
Parisian basically doesn't have a choice. Has to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're skipping them.
Oh, alright.
Also skipping them on Parisian's side.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, you know, there's still enemies that drop stuff. And
They're not going to get in trouble. I'm just not this greedy.
and you could... Now, if we were really greedy, we would get the blue pot in Aga Tower.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to see that pot. I don't want to see that pot today.
Spleebie went for and did not get the spin speed there. That's a pretty good spin speed. It saves like 40 frames, but it also ends your run on the spot if you go a couple frames too far and jump off the cliff. I didn't actually see if Parisian went for it or not.
You did not.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't tend to go for that in races, but... Oh, there's a drop for Parisian. That's nice. He's also taking this older strat and does not get paid out for it. So we saw in that room, Spleebie went sort of below the torch at the beginning and Parisian went above it. The strat that Spleebie did loads in some enemies. The Popo's sort of in the middle of the room. It loads them in later, which sets their AI script moving later. So basically the room is much more predictable because they haven't had time to get in your way yet.
Yeah, and here we have my moles fight. We got to keep track of 3 enemies at once here. Want to fire 4 arrows into each. Good start from Spleebie. Oh, Freaking Player had a solid start. That was not a great second round on Spleebie's side. Parisian's was okay.
Timing seems just a tiny bit off. Like he's standing in the right place and then just firing a little early, which doesn't feel great. But pretty solid fights on each of them.
And no separation here.
Yeah. Very similar fights. Parisian going for Sandman Dash. I hate this strat.
Why?
Nails it. Because it's like 100 times harder to save 11 frames.
You just turn to the right, slash, and dash.
Thing is that, no. It's not worth it. Both players get, nobody gets in their way on the fake flipper screen. Nice swim from Spleebie. This swim is, all swimming is difficult, and this swim, if you get hit out of it, is really, really, really bad. So it's kind of high stakes.
Parisian also had a nice one. Didn't quick off the ledge, which was a little surprising, but whatever. If Parisian could find one more rupee, he'll only need to get 3 blues.
He might get it from like a Kadongo. I don't know where he is in that prize pack.
Somebody had the arrows drop in that prize pack, so I don't remember which player.
I think that was Spleebie, because I think it was during his disaster ZGR. But I could definitely be wrong. That might have been the Igor arrows that I'm thinking of.
How did that dead rock... Okay, that dead rock is not blocking the way. Thank goodness.
Okay.
This spin speed is super worth it because it gets us off the mountain faster, which means we are not having to deal with boulders as much.
You have so much more ability to juke the boulders than you would otherwise, because normally you'd have to be dashing, and if you cancel a dash, you have to charge up a new one. Oh, Parisian going for the manual. Oh, I think he's just using the wrong cue for that quick warp or something. Because he entered it on what would be the quick warp pixel if it were the second time you're on the mountain.
It's hard to keep track of all the quick warps.
Yeah.
All of them. They're like 14 or 12 or something.
Yeah, I don't know the number. It's somewhere around there.
How did Spleebie not get hit? Okay, we
know.
take those. We take those.
It's fine. Oh, wow. Parisian really didn't want to get hit. That Moldorm was not even close to him, and he was still just like, buddy. I'm watching you. Spleebie going for pot normal speed, it looks like.
Nothing you can do in this room to speed it up. You just suck it up. I mean, I suppose you can literally kill the one tile a tiny bit earlier, but like... Come on. That's a meme.
The main way to speed up this room is doing the boom dash.
It doesn't even speed up the room, it just speeds up the next room.
That's true.
Some menu issues there on Parisian side. Menu is pretty tricky, honestly.
Parisian, though, with S-tier strats of not menuing to mirror until after he's actually lit in all the torches.
It's impossible.
So difficult.
Okay, so Spleebie just got the arrow drop. Luckily, he has 12 arrows, so didn't need it anyway. Parisian's about to get the bomb, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I guess it's possible that's the first drop. I haven't been watching, but that's quite
There's
unlikely.
no way. There's no way. Okay,
W?
it's like our third chest turn.
Yeah, Spleebie's a big memer.
I don't see many people go for the bonk setups for bomb jumps anymore.
Yeah, again, Parisian has just been around for a really long time. I think that's just like a strat that he learned a long time ago and got comfortable with.
It loses nothing. Like, it doesn't matter.
No,
And
it's not really a timing thing. It's just like, I find it harder than the spin stuff, but it's not a problem if you're good at it.
Spleebie with a very nice mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, getting bullied a little bit.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, that spin didn't hit? Okay.
Alright, one more hit.
I don't like all these up and down setups from Parisian.
It's fine.
Okay, we got there.
We're fine.
Spleebie golding Hera, very nice.
Spleebie will need all 4 blue rupees, unless we're seeing some really greedy strats. It feels so bad to get that fourth one.
Just do the pixel perfect dash.
All right. Oh.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes you just get blocked by Katy Perry there.
Yeah, that Dead Rocks are kind of the worst. And by kind of, I mean they're actually the worst.
They're awful. Spleebie did collect all 4 blues, so not going to see any nonsense in Aga Tower.
Parisian also needs 4.
Parisian has a much more reasonable gamble on a drop, but he still shouldn't do it. Okay, let's not do it.
Okay, that's alright.
Alright, sure.
That's probably an enemy he normally kills, but doesn't normally get all 4 blues, so...
That's what I would guess, yeah.
The goal here is to kill 4 enemies after having pulled that tree and before pulling the next one, so...
Oof. That bomb almost got Parisian, or landmine, or whatever.
So we'd be doing the right thing and just going for it when the guard spawns.
Always stressful.
I see people cancel their dash. They're 25 frames into having to charge. Like, oh, the guard spawned, gotta cancel it. It's like, no. Just go.
You have to either react faster or slower. You can't split the difference like that.
Okay, Parisian got the fast guard and also the guard where you're dashing through the thing. I might have slashed.
Spleebie going for the fast strat in Hyrule Castle lobby and losing tons of time going for it.
Spleebie walking up the auto stairs, gets to take a quick 10 frame break.
Yep. Take a nice deep breath. Oh, missing the spin there. That spin is pretty tight because if you poke, it's bad. So if you get too close, you poke the enemy and it's bad. And if you're too far away, then you miss entirely. And that's also bad in a different way.
A little nervous about that dash. Spleebie's dash was a little high there. Had a chance to be hit out of it.
So Aga Tower is pretty fun, except for this dark maze room, which is the worst room in the game.
That guard noticed him? Oh my god.
That's why it's the worst room in the game, man. That stuff just always happens. It sucks.
Parisian also having a little bit of difficulty. That's a pretty challenging room there.
There's a lot of challenging rooms in this split. It's very, very technical.
Parisian was like 2 pixels lower on that dash, and I felt so much more comfortable. It's just like,
There's a lot of rooms in here with precise strats and a bunch of rooms with a lot of RNG reading, and it's just like a big change of pace from the rest of the light world, which has moments of stuff like that, but is mostly not really like that, and then suddenly it's all in your face at once.
so we're opting not to use an arrow. That guard went... Oh, that's so unfortunate. I can't believe that guard went up.
I know, that was really weird. Parisian going for that heart. That's not worth it. Oh, that's a weird room. Okay.
I mean, that's fine because I don't know. Sometimes you're nervous about booming it. It's right in the middle of the room, and then you have to do that anyway. Like,
yeah, it's fine. Mostly, I'm surprised he didn't didn't use the menu earlier to read what's happening. Anyway, pretty solid. Not perfect, but pretty good Mega Towers on both sides. Spleebie gained a little bit of time, it looks like, but it's really all going to come down to Agnes.
I do not know if anybody has PB.
I don't think anybody has PB during a league race.
One thing about this game is that it's hard to PB. And I don't just mean that from like necessarily like all speedruns are hard to PB, but there's a lot of RNG that goes into this. There's a lot of just small things where you lose 2 minutes. And you just like, I don't know. In a race, especially, you're just kind of like, I just need to get through this. Not so much, I'm trying to finish as fast as possible.
Yeah, at the level of the players in this event, it would be, I mean, not shocking or anything, but there's enough places in a random speedrun where you're going to have to choose, you know, do I take the 1% chance to lose my run to save a little bit of time here? And you just don't choose those.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they add up. So the players counting their own blue balls for us. Thank you, Spleebie and Parisian. Looks like Parisian losing 18 seconds to the RNG gods. Obviously not really what you want to see, but not the end of the world either.
And most of the time difference between them has just been...
Oh my god.
I can't believe it. It's just been, yeah, these blue balls and like the Moldorm fight.
Yeah, Parisian had a little bit of a struggle on Moldorm, yeah. Yeah, very, very tight race.
And we are at 7 hearts here, which is amazing. It is so much better than 6.
It's a lot better than 6.
The worst part about it, though, is in 100%, you only have 8 hearts here, which isn't any better than 7. This is like the one split where you would want the extra health.
It's actually funny because in Hundo, obviously you get everything, but you don't get most of it before any of the hard parts.
I know.
There's like right before Turtle Rock, you get like 20 extra hearts and the cape and like everything all at once.
So we'd be taking a bonk, which is that the first accidental bonk we've seen? Maybe.
Oh man, it might be. That's crazy.
Every bonk is going to cost you 70 frames, except some of them cost you more than that because you get owned by the room or the enemies when you bonk.
Yeah, there are some really bad ones where you bonk directly into an enemy and then take a ton of damage and everything goes to hell.
Like, the most challenging part of Pod is remembering what part of the dungeon you're in, because we've now seen the first room 3 times on Spleebie's side.
Parisian player, by the way, just had a perfect Kiki dash, where you try to wiggle around a little bit to pop Kiki up higher so that he doesn't walk slowly up to unlock the gate. Yeah, we've definitely seen a couple people go the wrong way in Pod in this tournament.
You can just like start thinking about something else, like the upcoming hammer jump, for instance,
Right.
and kind of lose track of where you're at in this dungeon. I think everybody's gone the wrong way at least once.
Oh yeah, I did literally this week. Like, it happens.
Second hardest part, hammer jump here. We're seeing some pause buffers.
Alright, only one.
That looks good. Alright, we're through. Yeah, just a couple extra buffers there. Nothing to complain about. Each pause loses you a little over a second. So it's like 2.5 seconds maybe lost.
Yeah, something like that. Not too bad.
2.5 seconds lost from being literally pixel perfect. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, you have to be on a specific vertical pixel to place the bomb, and then a different specific vertical pixel to get boosted across. And that's not hard enough, so we place and throw another bomb while we're waiting on the first one.
Spleebie briefly has the correct number of bombs and arrows.
Very nice. Oh, so does Parisian. Even more briefly, though. Parisian having a little bit more trouble here. Lost maybe 3 extra seconds there, roughly. Not a big deal.
That trick saves like 40 seconds, so
yeah,
you could basically buffer it forever and still save time.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Very safe arrow shot there.
Now we're coming up on one of the reasons why you would choose to get Sankheart all the way back in Escape, which is this boss right here. Yeah, it's going to take 17 hits to break the mask, and then 4 more hammers to finish the boss. Everything this boss does 2 hearts of damage, so don't want to get hit. It's a pretty good attack pattern RNG, but the movement's not been good on Spleebie's side. Excellently done, though.
Well, it was easy, which not necessarily blazing fast, but in a race you'd rather see easy than anything else, so worked out pretty well. This turtle party room that Parisian is in is actually trickier than it looks. Or, well, it looks about as tricky as it is this time. It looked less tricky than it actually is, but Spleebie had a really nice one.
Sometimes the turtles just walk away from you, which makes the strats not work.
The thing about that room is that like 95% of the time that it goes wrong, it is your fault. But every time it goes wrong, you're like, well, 5% of the time it's not my fault. Maybe I didn't blow it, and I just actually really got that unlucky.
Parisian was just like a little bit off. He takes a hit there because of it.
Parisian also not going for the spin speed strat, so we saw Spleebie... Okay. Oh no, he does, just only for phase 2.
Okay,
interesting.
okay.
So if you do... Oh, what is happening? So if you do a spin dash, your hammer hitbox gets... It gets replaced with the dashing hitbox, and while you're facing up in particular, the dashing hitbox is a million times better than the hammer hitbox, so most people use that to kill Helmasaur.
I will let Tourney Admin Fox explain what Light World means.
So this is the tournament is arranged into 2 divisions of 16 players each. So Dark World is the top 16 players, and Light World is the 17 to 32 players. So these players are in the 2nd division, which is called Light World. And yeah, this is the vanilla game.
After not bonking for 30 minutes, we've now had 3 in the last 5.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, okay. So Parisian having a much better or much more typical enemy RNG on this screen where they don't look like they're going to hit you.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't call out our first item dash. Parisian's about to do it for us again. Yeah, there we go. If you use the hammer and the dash on the same frame, you get to hammer your way through a row of pegs all at once. There's some other item dashes. Spleebie might have just done an item dash. It's hard to tell.
Well, if he doesn't move before dashing, then he will have done the item dash.
Right. Or he'll be a filthy neutral dasher.
There's no reason to do it here.
Alright, yeah, we definitely got the item dash. Nice Three Musketeers screen. That's another screen that's much trickier than it looks when it goes well. Some pretty precise places you have to place your dashes in order to get the enemies to line up for you to dash through them without hitting you.
That particular hammer dash doesn't actually... It saves like 10 frames. It actually feels like it should save more, but it doesn't. Ooh, bonk on Parisian side. The thing about bonking too is a lot of times you kind of look at something and Link will nudge if he's like... He'll get some really big nudges sometimes where it won't bonk, and you'll look at it and you'll be like, this will work, right? And just kind of let it happen. And then it doesn't work. Oh, okay.
Oh, we don't do... Okay. So the thing about that screen in particular, though, is that if you do Usain Bolt screen correctly, then you'll be on the grid, and it's really easy to tell if you're on a nudge pixel or if you're 4 pixels off of it.
Yeah, should be the case.
You know, just if everything else goes right. Just don't make any mistakes.
Oh, a little low.
Straight into his
Okay. That's a case where sometimes the room taking a little bit longer makes it take a lot. Okay, that was a good dash.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was going to be, but it worked out really well. I thought he was going to get caught at the top.
Yeah, but in general, the fastest strat is the easiest strat. Not because it's easy to do, but because it means things don't happen that are really stupid.
There's a lot... Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, most strats in this game are designed not necessarily to go as fast as possible, but to mitigate as much RNG as possible. And then still go kind of fast given that. So
there are so many rooms where you'll see people who just like learn the correct strat, and then they'll go into the practice hack and they'll be like, hey guys, look, I found a way to save 20 frames in this room. And then 2 minutes later they'll be like, no, I did not do that.
Exactly. Getting beat up on Hellway here on Parisian side, that's a typical experience.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, we've only lost 2 hearts so far because nothing else went wrong, so at least we don't have to worry about damage or anything. Getting the good RNG from the berry on the conveyor hallway, whatever. Coming up on blind, which is usually should be one of the easiest boss fights in the game. Well, actually, it's kind of funny to say that. About half of the boss fights in the game are quote-unquote easy, where they just always go the same unless you do something wrong.
Right.
And blind is one of those. It's sort of more dramatic. It doesn't look like it's that, but this is all very expected.
All right. Okay.
Slightly off on the last hit, but not a big deal.
Beams do make the fight slightly different, which is weird, but
yeah, they can save time if you are aware of what's going to happen, but it also can throw you off.
Yeah, like people talk about blind being scripted, but it's not any more scripted than, say, Cold Stare or Vitreous.
Right.
Or even Trinex, like...
Well, it's a little more scripted than Trinex, but yeah. I think that's a gold for Spleebie. if I added the times together correctly, which I often do not. Yeah, I did not.
Okay. No math. Hopefully we'll see a slightly better fight on Parisian's side. Alright, it's pretty good.
Oh, wow!
I can't believe that down slash worked.
Down slash!
So we'll be doing a big round of item collection here. We'll see, like, I guess 2 more sets of item collection. This one, like, I don't know, doesn't feel like it as much as the others because you can kind of not pay attention.
This one, it feels like part of the path towards Skullwoods to me, rather than just like something that interrupts the dungeon clearing. Like this part feels like it's part of the overworld rather than feeling like an errand.
Yeah, that sounds like you should play more categories.
Someday I'll do low legacy.
Christian takes a hit from the bomb. That probably won't matter. That basically means we just don't have sync heart for this split, which is
It should be fine.
fine.
At this level, this is not actually a super dangerous split. Things can certainly go wrong, but I wouldn't be too scared.
It's not typically dangerous, it's just that things happen. And
There are a lot of mummies, so you never know.
but yes, things we collected here was 600 rupees, so we could buy flippers and the tempered sword. Tempered sword is one of the best upgrades in any video game ever. It literally does twice as much damage, and means so most enemies start dying in one hit now.
Being able to kill almost every normal enemy in the game by dashing through it is like pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Is that far enough left?
Yeah.
Okay. That's like the last pixel that'll work, I think.
I think so, yeah. Imagine not knowing exactly what the last pixel is. Come on.
The last pixel for every single thing in the game? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is interesting. We're seeing a lot of older strats on Parisian side, but not an old one there.
Yeah, he went for the new blanksmiths. Didn't even think about that.
Is it okay to call things from 2019 new?
No, but
Was it 20?
nothing else has happened since then.
Okay, well, I suppose.
I think Kaznode is the only one left who does old smiths, except for people who learned from Fruit Bat's tutorial and haven't had anybody bully them into learning blacksmiths yet.
I love Fruit Bat's tutorial. You know why? Because every game needs a tutorial that's you can play along with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
Fruit Bat's tutorial gets a lot of negative attention from people who are at like the 133 level and feel betrayed that Fruit Bats wasn't FMG, but they wouldn't have ever started playing if it was FMG, so
Right, yeah.
I think it's very good at its role. Oh, parisianplayer doesn't know that hitboxes on the skull. They don't have cheeks.
They're weird.
They are weird. They do not. Their hitboxes do not match their graphics.
We're in the moth fight here. That looked like it might have been a double, but it's hard to say. That hit didn't work.
This is a little sketchy now.
I think we're one slash away. That'll work.
Okay. Woo. Well, hopefully Parisian player will save a bunch of time on the moth fight. If Spleebie had died there, it would have put them back into basically tied.
Mm-hmm.
Moth death is one of the best deaths in the game, but it is still obviously very bad.
It's like
die.
45 seconds to a minute. It's not a time you want to give up.
No. Yeah, so if you are in the bonking animation while you get hit by the bomb, the window, like the vertical pixel window for getting across the gap, is extended for some reason. And it's extended by a lot. It's extended from 2 pixels to like 6, I think.
Yeah, it's like it's a half tile or something that you can be, instead of being like literally right on the edge.
Yeah, it makes it much more lenient. It was very popular until the spin setups became popularized.
It's so lenient, you can accidentally pick up the bomb. Like,
that is one of the reasons I don't do it, honestly.
That's a good moth fight. Huge.
Yeah, that's a nice chunk of time saved from Parisian. This is like this is a pretty substantial lead from Spleebie at this point. He hasn't really been giving anything back until that moth fight. So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of game left to play, but that kind of moth fight is definitely the kind of thing we need if you want to see Parisian catch back up.
Yeah, there are lots of chunks of this game where you don't die, but you lose the run because you lose 20 seconds or something. That moth fight is one of those spots. Sometimes. Ice Palace has about 2 or 3 spots where that can happen, so...
Yep.
Surprisingly, throwing something into that ring is one of those spots.
That one, you can only lose 20 seconds there if it's really your fault. You have to be really dedicated to losing 20 seconds there. I've done it, but you have to really do it.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't lose 20 seconds there in a race, but like, if you're on a bad run already, you're just trying to go for it.
Yeah, you go for quick fish, you get tilted that you missed it, you try to throw the other one perfectly, and then you're like, wait a second, where is the third thing?
Seeing a safer dash there on Parisian side. The reason for that is we really do want to maintain beams. Luckily, so far this run, we haven't seen any really stupid hits on Link. Sometimes you just get hit because the game wants to hit you. There's literally nothing you could have done. Like,
yeah, there's a bunch of those on the overworld leaving Palace of Darkness. And that's another one there on Ice Palace that Parisian goes for a dash that avoids that possibility. Oh, this is pretty... Oh,
yeah, you can't make it past that one.
Yeah.
I seem to recall watching a PB analysis where somebody said you just have to go practice the screen for about 40 hours until you learn all the RNGs.
Yeah. Pretty much. So taking that hit is very bad because beams are used to speed up several rooms in Ice Palace that become quite bad without beams. Spleebie actually got good RNG in Ice 2 and didn't get electrocuted, which is unusual, so lost less time than you would expect there, but I guess he'll be back on beams for Conveyor, which is...
We hope.
Good. We hope, yeah. Not having beams in Bombable Floor makes it much more likely that you will take a ton of damage and still not have beams after it.
Yeah. And maybe be down an extra bomb.
Hopefully not. We'll see.
Okay. That was money RNG, but we're through.
Parisian getting much nicer RNG on the whirlpool screen.
And right here, we really strongly want beams to kill that enemy with the key. And then can just kind of dash through the rest of the room. That looks good.
So
Yep.
Ice Palace Bomb Jump is the most important trick in the speedrun by a gigantic margin. It saves more than the second best trick by like over a minute. It's completely non-negotiable if you want to speedrun this category.
I think it saves like 3 or 3.5 minutes.
It's a lot. I think it's, yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it's well over 2. It makes hammer jump look like a slight optimization.
It's not quite as precise as hammer jump, but still pretty precise. So
yeah. I don't really expect either of these players to have any trouble with it. It's one of those things that getting to the 126, 127 level pretty much requires you to get locked down.
Right. Here we're going to see Cold Stare, 8 rod shots, and then we're going to do a spin, and then it looks like 1 poke. Oh, that's... Yep. Okay.
So
4 hearts is bad.
Oko from the Puffs. Oh my god, how... Okay.
That's one more... Nope, I counted wrong. It's bad. We'd be doing a good job of isolating them. And... Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh my god, okay, that was very scary.
We're fine. Everything's fine.
Hopefully, Parisian will save 15 seconds on Spleebie in that room. That was very scary. The Puffs do 4 hearts of damage, so Spleebie was in Oko from the Puffs basically the whole time. The Falling Icicles only do 2 hearts, so he got hit by one of them and then was in Oko from everything.
Yeah, and it was basically all initiated because the initial spin did not send Cold Stare up enough and sent Cold Stare too far to the right.
Yeah, you want it to hit the wall just a little bit.
So you can get to the boss a little bit faster, and so that doesn't happen. You really want to kill the boss before it has a chance to split.
Hopefully we'll see that right now.
Yeah. We're going to go for a 6 slash, it looks like. Which is a little bit slower, but... Yeah, 6 slash is like technically the slowest of the most common strats that we see, but it's kind of the easiest to do. So
the real reason to switch off of it is not that it's slow; it's that it's actually less consistent.
Yeah,
but it's one of those things where we're using the word consistency in 2 different ways, because you have to be really good at the poke dash strats for them to be more consistent. But like optimally executed, they're more consistent, but they're much harder to execute consistently.
Right. You trade game RNG for player RNG. Like
exactly, yeah.
Spleebie does the correct swamp.
No. Wrong.
Parisian player is going to at least be getting Ether here. I don't know if it'll be Ether and Ice Rod. Based off the splits, it looks like it will be both Ether and Ice Rod here. So it'll be hard to gauge where they're at until Turtle Rock.
So it will actually, I think, be possible to gauge in Mire, because Spleebie does the most ridiculous shopping possible and gets...
Well, splits say it's just Ether and Mire, so...
No, you're right. Yeah. Okay. So we'll... Yeah.
So yeah, the gap will look much larger than it is for a little bit here.
Right.
We just need Ether before we enter Mire. You can get it at any point you float away, without losing any time. And we just need Ice Rod before Turtle Rock, which you can also get at any time that you float away without losing any time. So...
Right. Depending on some stuff about bomb routing and hook dashes and stuff. Like maybe you can save a tiny bit of time doing it one way or the other. Basically, it's just, would you rather enter Swamp with beams or Mire with beams?
Pretty much, yep. And it also asks you how you feel about hook speed as opposed to spin speed.
It's not worth it. But yeah, hook speed is definitely much comfier than spin speed.
So here, Spleebie did in fact hit the switch to put the pegs up, which is good because we saw somebody not put the pegs up earlier, and it cost them about a minute.
Yeah, at least it's a pretty bad mistake. But shoutouts to that because that's how I won that race.
Actually, both of them are a little bit low on arrows. We would really like to have 21 or more leaving Swamp.
I don't know if either of these guys are Mike Chesters, which makes that a little bit less relevant.
My gut says no. Just because not many people do Mike Chest.
Yeah.
Even though people really should.
It's really good. It's the kind of thing that I feel like Spleebie might have picked up, but I don't know Parisian as well, but based on the kinds of strats I'm seeing from him, it doesn't seem like his kind of thing. Spleebie going for that cool hook to the pot setup. That's a pretty cool strat. It's been around for a long time, so everyone's kind of used to it, but that's actually a pixel perfect lineup that we have a sequence of sequence of movements for to get us on that pixel. Pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This game's been around so much, we don't even really, like, explain the grid anymore. Or, like, anything like that.
Just take it for granted.
Yeah. What we don't take for granted is the Argus fight.
Nope. Spleebie getting a bomb too. Okay.
This could just be, well, 3's a lot, but
yeah,
this is like I'm in a race and I have no idea what's going on right now. Strat. Get 3 bombs.
I mean, normally you want to get either no pots or both pots in restock group. So probably he's just like, well, crap, I really need the arrows, and the way I do this is like this, and I'm just getting both pots because that's what I do.
All right, well, it was an okay Argus fight. Got a little tripped up by the movement there, but the movement that Argus gave him. Argus is the most random boss in the game. Maybe Parisian got pushed onto the stairs. That was weird. I guess Land Molvas is technically more random than Argus, but
yeah.
Argus has 64 different walk patterns, I think, and then does 3 walks every time. So,
right.
What's 64 to the third?
I don't know.
300,000 or something.
Well, 64 squared is 65,000.
Wait.
536.
No, I had my wait.
I don't know.
No, 64 squared is 4,096, isn't it?
Yes. So 64 cubed is 262,144, according to the calculator on the internet.
2 to the 18th, whatever.
Spleebie is explaining to us visually now why we do Ether and Mire, so that we can do those hook dashes. The thing is, though, you don't have to do spin dashes, but you end up doing sword climbs, which are worse.
But Spleebie did not take a hit, which is the most important thing, so...
Right. Yeah, we'll be having beams going into Mire, which will make Mire 2 faster, assuming we don't walk into a bird.
I've been hit by this bird once or twice
yeah.
in my life. Please slash the bird. Okay.
Parisian not going for the 0 cycle attempt on Argus. Just doing a hook and slash. Should get a comfy 1 cycle here.
Oh.
Got 1 movement, not the worst. That was a really long movement, but it's fine.
Oh. I hate this boss.
That fire rod quick kill saves like 1 second, and missing it loses like 3.
Yeah. Alright, well, we killed all the enemies in 1 cycle. Not the prettiest, but we got there. Alright, well, Alright, so the thing about who's in the lead is that we won't know until Turtle Rock, which is a split and an ice rod away for Spleebie, and just a split away for Parisian Player. My gut tells me that Spleebie still has a lead. It's probably a little bit less than it was before, but it's probably still fairly sizable. Trying to think how long it takes to get to this. It's like, what, 2 minutes from dungeon enter-ish to get to this big key normally? No, less than that. So... I'm gonna guess it's about a minute difference with Spleebie in the lead. Oh, that sucks on Parisian side. The enemy just like... The beams are too big, and so sometimes they hit things that they shouldn't.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Mostly a curse.
Some strats wouldn't work if they were skinnier, though.
Like some crystal switches or whatever, but...
Like this strat here with that jelly. It's nice how fat the beams are.
It's true. We're always fast enough in that room that the jelly never sparks, though, so it's not like it's a huge deal, but yeah.
True. So, Spleebie here doing spooky action at a distance. The fire rod is supposed to be 2 damage sources, so there's the thing where it connects visually, and then there's missing the second one. So there's like an area of effect, people often call it, like a splash damage, and that's supposed to sort of happen on a delay slightly or whatever, right around where the fire rod hits visually. but it doesn't actually go where it hits. It reads a value from some other memory that we can control by the way that we use other items. And so we set that value really high using the flute when we flute to outside of Mire, and that lets us hit off-screen switches, except when it doesn't because of what happened to Spleebie.
Okay, yeah, that was okay. We're gonna change the strat up a little bit, and we're just gonna get a couple of big spins and use a lot of arrows.
Yeah.
And not get lightninged, please. Or charged. Spleebie's having a lot of fun with bosses today.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Real fun. Spleebie doing the hook shot over the spikes that actually loses time. Sorry, Parisian doing that.
Yeah, that's an old strat.
Yeah.
It's mostly been... I don't see new people do it anymore, so...
In order to not lose time with it, you have to actually take damage before you hook, which is like very counterintuitive to what it feels like should happen. But you have to wait for your iframes to wear off to hit the switch, so you can't actually save time by hooking there, and you can lose time. So I think it's pretty unpopular because it doesn't help and can hurt.
Nope. Parisian walked up.
Going for kind of a weird walk pattern there.
Sure. Gets the spooky there.
Too.
Yeah. That's what we wanted to see on Spleebie's side. And gets spooky 3, so we didn't have to hit that switch either. And hopefully we're going to see a clean fight.
Spleebie! What was that extra room? How did nothing hit him?
Well, Parisian having a... Oh, did he
missed that with the spin? I'm not sure. That was weird.
In the... Alright. Well,
a lot faster than Spleebie's.
So yeah, this is looking to be about a 50-second difference between them. Rock is... Honestly... We haven't talked about Sankar in a while, but the number one reason to not drop Sankar.
Yeah. So we can see Spleebie has 13 hearts, and there's a lot of things in... We take damage in chunks of 4 in Turtle Rock, basically. Some of it is a combination of deboosts that add up to 4, but mostly it's that about all of the enemies do 4 hearts of damage. And so being on 13 basically means you can survive 3 hits instead of only being able to survive 2.
And while this lead is... While we do have a good idea of how big the lead is now, yeah, there's just so many things that go wrong at the end of this game. I can't count the number of runs where you lose a minute and a half in the last 2 splits. Like, it just happens.
They're very, very difficult. The easiest way to lose 50 seconds in here, of course, is to die to chomps, which costs maybe not quite 50, maybe more like
40.
There's a lot of ways to lose 5 seconds, and you can do that 8 times. It certainly happens all the time. There's also ways to lose 90 seconds. What in the world? Oh my god, I love squirrels. Parisian also proclaiming his love for squirrels in the chat. Maybe with the only slightly scary dash out of Roller Room.
The funny thing is, the early damage almost doesn't matter because we are expecting to get a fairy here. Hoping to get a fairy here. From this particular enemy. We did get it.
Did. Very nice.
And we can see literally all of it go away in this room. Okay.
Oh
okay.
my god.
Okay.
All right. All right. Oh, didn't walk quite far enough over to the right there. That's really bad because now he basically needs the magic drop. Oh no, that's not true because he only blocked once in Chomps. Yeah, so this is still fine.
I don't. Does it take a 16th of the, or does it take a 32nd?
I think it takes one Samaria block.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think so.
Luckily, the magic drop is next.
There we go.
So.
Imagine getting 3 drops in Turtle Rock.
Parisian took a little bit more damage than he would like, so opted to mirror out, which is safe but slow. Also hoping to get the fairy here. Does not get it. That's not good.
I, of course, do not know if he's on the heart or fairy drop. Very friendly Chomps pattern, though. Did not have to do any unseemly heroics like Spleebie did.
Okay.
Oh, the heart. That would have actually been pretty big to get that heart, but who's going to react to that?
Yeah, nobody. It'd be nice for literally just this screen right here.
It saves like almost a second on this screen, though. Beams are really good. Oh,
it saves a lot more than that, than a second when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay, Parisian up to full. That's good.
That's nice, yeah.
And fairies heal exactly 7 hearts, which was how much Parisian was missing. So, not like newer games. Well, I shouldn't say newer. Some games where they heal literally all of your health, no matter how much.
Right. 7 is actually... Well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Spleebie, jumping straight into a hole.
Okay. I'm not sure I've seen that one before. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to see how easy this screen is on Parisian's side. But because beams are fat, sometimes you can
It is
mess up.
definitely possible to hit the wrong thing with your game in here. You see, Parisian did some deliberately inefficient movement at the beginning of the screen to let the roller go by and not block his shot.
Yeah. Try next fight here. Hopefully gonna go nice and easy. We're gonna see 4 slashes. And then, oh, did not menu, so that is not good.
Do we just tank? We tank the hit here, right?
I would tank it, yeah.
Yeah.
12 hearts.
Okay, good.
Okay, luckily the ice was not the worst.
Right. Parisian with a little bit more normal laser skip there.
Was a little, or at least felt like he was a little bit low on the first attempt. Kind of bailed out of it and tried to set it up again. It's a fairly generous window, but failing it costs you
Everything.
10 seconds and 5 hearts at minimum.
It
Like,
can be very, very bad, yeah.
this is looking like a much more normal Trinex fight on Parisian side. We hope to get a double spin here. We didn't see. Oh, we got it there.
Nice. Yeah, Parisian has been having very, very clean boss fights, and Spleebie has been really getting got.
And honestly, most of the difference was in the first 30 minutes of this run, which is...
Yeah, they were about
Not
a
how it
minute
usually
apart
is.
leaving Light World, and they are about a minute apart leaving Turtle Rock.
about a minute apart, and also about 14 different ways they could have been 10 minutes apart.
Yep. Yeah, it's been pretty dramatic. Every time Spleebie gains an inch, he gives up a mile on a boss. Going for another sword climb. I hate sword climbs. Players have their choice of 3 small keys in Ganon's Tower. That first one on the torch is the slowest by about 40 frames to a second. Pretty unpopular. I think it's unpopular sort of out of proportion with how much time it actually loses. It has a worse reputation than it deserves, but don't really see people going for it at this level usually.
I think it's just so visually different from the other two that like you can feel like you're not doing the right thing by getting it.
Yeah. Ham letting us know that he goes for torch key. Oh, and Parisian does too. Nice.
Yeah, that'll make one of the last rooms in this dungeon significantly simpler.
Yeah.
Which is one of the main reasons to get it. It loses time mostly because we're going to want a full magic refill, which is kind of in your way if you go for the other key. So
Right. Torch key actually saves time if you skip that magic refill.
that makes sense. Although it'd be weird. Whatever. We're into Ice Armos here. We're into Ice Armos. It's exactly like the first one, except there's ice.
Spleebie getting a slow pattern. I don't know if he normally does that or if he just messed up, but normally you want to like let them start spinning. So the Armoses don't start spinning while any of them are like being knocked around. So normally you sort of delay one of your arrows to let them start spinning so that they get closer to the top of the room faster.
It looked like one of the fifth arrow in the fight was a little bit too early.
It looked like an execution error to me, but it might be that he does it on purpose. A lot of players do it on purpose. It makes it kind of easier at a cost of probably less than a second. Oh, Parisian. Oh, I didn't see what happened, but he
Has lost a lot of magic.
That's not great.
And a lot of health.
Oh, I bet he threw the bomb. I bet he picked up the pot too fast and got the bomb in the wall problem. I didn't see it, but that's the most likely explanation.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's not great.
It was a little bit too low.
Yeah. This is probably enough to screw up our bats.
They have to start the next spin cycle, which appears like they're going to. So, yes, I think it's going to be a little bit screwed up.
Spleebie having an adventure in G2. So these rooms here, once you go up the stairs after the Cannonball Bridge, are called the Gauntlet. There are 5 rooms in a row that are all kill rooms where you have to kill 3 or 4 enemies on an increasingly absurd combination of floor geometry. Spleebie not having the best Gauntlet here. Looks like he was just a tiny bit slow to start the dash in G3. Got some... or in G4, I mean.
Well,
All
if
right,
we could kill the spikes, then Parisian would have killed the spike, but we can't.
Oh, missing, yeah. Nice double spin, let's go.
Oh, come on, that red... Come on.
GT is tough, man.
Okay, so Parisian's gonna have to change some of the strats up a little bit because of the magic deficit here. Unless we get a couple of really nice drops. I don't think we'll get enough, but...
I think we probably still do Fire Rod strats and just try to make sure we count correctly.
I mean, you can leave the Lamb fight with no magic. It's fine.
You'll
It's
be
slow.
able to finish the dungeon.
It's slow, but it's fine.
We can do it if we have to. I bet one of those pots in G5 has magic. Want to go try to find it?
No. It also has -6 health.
Yes, that's true, yeah. There's an ice trap in there. Oh, that hop was terrible.
This is the key that most players opt to get if they don't get the first one. And
Oh, Spleebie getting stuck in a weird collision. Parisian just looting that entire post-land mo room. Just wants.
I might have just forgotten. Oh.
Well, that's good for Parisian, although he still has quite a lot to make up.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a lot of time in the torches, having to use the lamp for all of them.
I don't know if he knows them, but you optimally, the quote-unquote ideal gamer would have done whiz bows there, where you do the whiz robes room with the bow to preserve.
Oh, no, don't do it like this. Yeah, don't do it like that. We don't have it.
Oh, does he not know about the other magic? Well, he's gonna find out when he goes down there, I guess. It's in the bottom pot, Parisian.
Like I said, Parisian, I think, has been playing other games recently.
Yeah.
And so it might not be up on all of his backups.
Yeah.
But we're through.
Do you think that Agatu is the hardest boss in the game, or do you think it's only the second hardest
It's
boss?
the
in
most
the game?
interesting boss for sure.
Oh, robbed. Should be an easy 3 though. Nice fight.
It's pretty tough. I think this game would be so much better if Aga 1 was just Aga 2, and then at the top of GT was just Ganon.
What if
Personally,
they were both Agatu and you just got to do the fight twice?
I would hate the second fight so much more.
I think that the blue balls is really good and makes the speedrun more fun, and it's hard to say that and have people believe you that you're not being sarcastic, but I really do. I think it's a really good feature.
Alright, hoping for no issues. Well, Spleebie shouldn't have any issues again fight here. We expect, although...
That's not going to be a 1-on-1. Oh my god, it is. You have time to get over there? No.
No, it's not. Okay, I think Spleebie also thought it was going to be a 1-on-1. 1.5 hearts is not where we want to be. Also, this is probably now a 2-and-2.
No, you got to do 12 dashes to 2. Oh, it probably is a 2-and-2.
Probably is a 2-and-2, yeah. Oh, that...
Are we counting, or are we being
I'm
faithful?
not counting. I never count.
Is Spleebie counting? Oh, okay.
Maybe. Oh, okay. We don't want to get hit by this fire, please.
Okay, I think we're safe now.
Okay, there wasn't the one last random ring that happens sometimes. Oh boy. Okay. One last trick. Light the torch. Okay, we got it. Alright, Parisian will show us how it's done with the 1-and-1 here.
Hopefully, he's gonna have bad bats.
Oh.
I hope he doesn't go for an insta double spin here. You gotta go for...
Oh, yeah, those bats are weird. Okay.
You gotta go for dashes instead of the second double spin if your bats are off.
Okay, these bats are easy. They're weird.
It's not a
They're
problem.
easy. Okay,
But
nice.
I don't... Okay.
Oh, and I haven't been counting, but Spleebie appears to be almost done. So... Must have missed a few. Okay, there we go.
Alright, GG Spleebie. tried really hard to make this a nail biter at the end with that Ganon.
Parisian not going for the early double, which is fine, because the most important thing is getting that right there. Nicely done. And now, we're just going to try not to miss spins to finish it.
So every time you light the torch... Oh, Parisian not counting to 3 correctly. Every time you light the torch, ideally you can get 3 spins in, and it takes 12 spins total. Always getting 3 is really hard, though.
And counting to 3 is really hard.
It's really hard.
This is legitimately one of the toughest parts of this boss fight. Which hit am I on? Because you're like trying to think about where you're standing and everything else, and Parisian is finished, so...
GG Parisian.
Hmm?
We'll see if these players want to come in and chat. Nice runs. You know, we had some difficulties. We had some boss troubles on Spleebie's side. We had some... Moldorm was also a boss that gave Parisian trouble.
No deaths.
No deaths on either side, yeah.
And we're joined by Spleebie. Nice run.
GG Spleebie.
Thanks. I thought there was going to be a death. Cold Stare.
I thought
And
there was
at
going to be a death
Mothula.
on Cold Stare and Moth and Vitreous and Ganon.
Ganon and Biddy, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run, though. You were on really, really good pace until Skullwoods, I think? Like, minus 20
Yeah,
or
I
something?
accidentally double split, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like you
Oh.
were like about minus 20 after the Light World and for a little while until things went sour on Moth.
Thieves Town, I think was okay. Yeah, I think it was just after Mothula.
Hello.
Hey, GG's.
GG.
Maybe. Thanks. Well, it was not going to be enough anyway to win, because yeah, your time was pretty good compared to what I do usually. But no, it was okay. Just GT was a disaster, but apart from that, it was acceptable.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You were, I mean, we were just commenting. I don't know if either of you had the restream open, but you were about a minute behind going into Dark World, and you finished about a minute behind. So you pretty much kept up with Spleebie in the Dark World.
Yeah, Light World has always been my weakness in my gameplay, so not that surprised, even though it's weird that I didn't lose time overall afterwards. I knew with his PB and I saw what he was doing usually, it was not going to be enough, so that's why I was not putting myself too much pressure. Just wanted to play well, and if a death had happened, I would have taken it. Apparently, from what I read in chat, could have happened a few times, but hey.
Yeah, Spleebie had parties on some dangerous bosses, but managed to clutch them all out.
No, I don't know why in my Ice Armos I probably didn't move. I stopped thinking for a few seconds, thinking I didn't need to move, but I had to set up, and so I was so poorly placed. Fortunately,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so I reacted correctly to Ganon. I was aware that I had to be careful about the bats, and they didn't charge me, and didn't get hit by the ring, and when they attacked me, I was very careful and decided to go very far away as quickly as I could. So that's why also I took so many hearts on the way in Ganon's tower, because I knew that I could easily take 1 or 2 hits during Ganon, so I wanted to arrive with many hearts. Only had 7.5, so I could take only 1 hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only thing we were really nervous of was like that first double spin in phase 2 of Ganon, because we weren't sure where the bats were going to spawn, and that one's
Yeah.
pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
but
it was very close. The spawn bottom left, and so I was really close to getting hit there.
Yeah. But it went fine.
Yeah, quite happy with Meyer, even though I felt I was a bit robbed by that not getting the 0 cycle. And
Yeah,
Wood
that's
was
strange.
nice. I thought it might have been close to a gold overall, but I think the fact that I'm still de-resting made it that's still not that yet. But the boss was very good, so also I didn't take the damage boost after like the fall after the bomb jump. Still play very, very safe. 3 cycles on mode, that was good also.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you both had 3 cycle demos. You were very, very close coming out of Desert.
Yeah, I think it was a 3.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I think there's nothing much to say on my run.
Yeah, I mean, in a race, playing nice and safe is usually going to do okay, right? But yeah, I don't know, it's tough.
I was very low. I took the hit in T-Rock. I took the hit on the roller, on the hook shot, which can happen. So in a race context, I decided to mirror.
Yeah, I think that's a good play because you were exactly 7 hearts down, and then you got the fairy back up to beams, which really, really important. So,
yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, I want to know what happened with my ice rod cave.
That
With
was
guard
very
spawn. It
exciting.
was nuts.
This is about 8 times. You must have been 1 pixel away from just getting absolutely destroyed. And it just didn't happen.
So why did that all my overworlds were like that, and then all the bosses I was 1 pixel the other way? Like, ugh. Anyway, GG's Parisian player, and good luck in your future matches.
Thank you for commentating.
Yeah, thanks for playing. We had the easy job here, and thanks to ZSR for hosting us and restreaming everything.
GG Spleebie and Parisian player, and good luck in your upcoming matches. And also thank you very much, Dow and Foxless, for doing commentary tonight. Very much appreciated. And thanks everyone for joining us. So, any last words before we wrap up?
Thanks for having us. We have 2 more weeks of this league, so yeah, it'll be a good time.
I'm looking forward to doing more restreams for your tournament. So hopefully, I know this is my second time at Parisian player, so hopefully I'll get to meet some more runners in your tournament as well. So take care, and hope to see you soon. Bye.